Hello and welcome back to Traffic Talks. I hope you are doing well. I once again am not going to include my intro. I am a bit behind because I've actually gotten so excited about a few upcoming episodes that I spent way too many time on those instead of on this one, and now I'm kind of behind. So this one will be up late, and for that I apologize, but that's only because good things are coming. So don't stress. Today's topic basically sprang to mind because there are 8 birthdays in this month in my family and a public holiday, which has already passed. But 8 is a lot of birthdays in 1 month, and it's different sides of the family. Some of them are even on the same day. So this topic just made a whole lot of sense. One thing I know I am, and this is not a brag, is that I am a brilliant gift giver. And in the past few years, I've done things a bit differently. So I'm quite sure I've mentioned this previously, but I'll rehash it again in case you've missed it. I tend to either know exactly what someone wants, or I don't even know what's the word, but I'm just very quick to ask them directly, what do you want? And sometimes I'll get I don't want anything, or, oh, no, it's fine. And for the most part, I'm just I don't mind. I just don't want to buy you something and then it goes to waste and then we're both unhappy. I really just want you to be happy with the gift. And if you prefer nothing, that's also fine. I won't be offended. But I want to get you something. Sometimes it will be okay, cool, this, or you and someone else can club together and buy me this gift. One of the ones I usually get from family in the house is either to make something, as in something I don't usually make often, like a baked good or something, or go to a particular place for a takeaway. And this is because, yes, we do live fairly central, but sometimes the places that they want either A, don't deliver, or B, are slightly expensive and a bit out of the way. So usually one of those options. But I'm very proud of the fact that I'm very straightforward when it comes to gift giving. It's either you tell me what you want or I'll figure it out, but somewhere along the line, I'm getting you a gift and you're gonna enjoy it, because I really like seeing people's faces light up when they get gifts from me. So I'm really enjoying that, especially for things that people don't expect you to remember, but I'll get to that later. One thing I do when it comes to gifts is I buy ahead. So for example, I've already got my father's Christmas present sorted out. My sister's birthday gift was delivered on Monday and her birthday is on Thursday. I also have an idea for some of the other presents I'm buying. So for the most part, I've planned ahead. I know whose birthday is coming up. I've got an idea of what I'm getting them. Everything to me is already sorted. One of the things I will say is I don't tend to buy my mother a gift, because she'll either say no, I don't want anything, or can you rather take me here instead, which is kind of our agreement. And I like that because I'm not wasting your time, you aren't wasting mine, and you're gonna get a gift you will enjoy. A lot of the times I've previously bought gifts and it was just wasted. So to avoid that, it's just upfront honesty of I want this, or I want to do that, or that's my birthday gift. And that's how we work. A lot of the times I will basically just save up the money and be like, what do you want for your birthday, or what do you want for Mother's Day, or what do you want for Christmas? And then she'll tell me. Or if she doesn't know, I'll be like, okay, cool, then I'll just give money instead. That is not offensive to her because she understands it's coming from a good place. It's not coming from a place of I'm just giving you the money because I want to get rid of you. It's understood as you don't know what you want and I don't want to buy something you aren't going to use. So rather just take the money, and when you do have something you want, you've got the money and you can do that, and you can just tell me later oh, your money went towards this, or I used it for this, and that's also cool. So aside from the birthdays already being much in the month, some of them on the same day. For example, my niece and my sister are on the same day, my other niece, my nephew and my cousin's daughter's on the same day, and then I have a different cousin and another cousin's girlfriend on the same day. So there's a lot of double birthdays going on. It can be a lot, but that's also something to kind of pay attention to, because a lot of the time you aren't even aware there's someone's birthday unless you see, oh no, here's a notification oh, this person's birthday's here, and then it's already too late. So keep track of when the birthdays are. That aside, the intention of this podcast today was actually to bring awareness, hence me saying keep track of it, bring awareness to planning ahead for buying gifts, because it can be a very expensive thing, especially if you do it last minute. So I've got a few tips for you for when it comes to buying gifts, whether it's for someone's birthday or because we are literally a few months away from Christmas. Here's your tips. You're gonna love this. I would definitely start off by saying plan ahead, get a calendar, maybe make a specific one on your Google Calendar list for birthdays, and track each month how many birthdays there are. This is a brilliant thing to do, especially at the beginning of the year, and I will get to that in a moment. But keeping track of who has a birthday when and in what month will help you give a much better overview of your year in terms of birthdays. And this might actually even help you when it comes to planning, because if you can fill that in first thing in every month's calendar, you are sorted with halfway knowing your budget for the year. This is because some people almost expect a gift, or at least there are people you want to buy a gift for. There are other people on that list you probably know will be absolutely fine with a birthday message and just move on with their day. They're not concerned about getting a gift from you, and that's cool, especially because it can get expensive buying everyone a gift. My next step is to add a gift section or budget or slot or pocket or whatever you want into your budget for each month in the year. Now this may sound extreme, but it works for me particularly, but it might just work for you, because if you save up a little bit of money each month or have some money set aside in your budget for gifts, you'll be fine. That is where your planning ahead in your calendar in the previous step will come in, because if you know you have a lot of birthdays, you know you need to set a lot of money aside. If you know you have a few birthdays, you don't have to save as much. Or if you know it's a month where maybe there's a lot of birthdays but you know you aren't getting anyone gifts, you're sorted. An additional tip for this, if you are someone who gets a Christmas bonus, is to basically immediately take a chunk of that Christmas bonus and put it into your savings. It could be for the gift pocket of savings if you want, or it can just be put in a separate Christmas saving holder or something, and you can use that money within the next few months, because a lot of the times Christmas is more expensive just because they know people buy a lot of things. And what you can do is, instead of spending that money on the festive season, you can actually save it for a month or two afterwards, when there's a lot of sales, when there's a lot of things that are slow in the industries and people are looking to hook people with things to buy, and that's when you can spend that money. So that's maybe just another tip you can use. A tip I can give you for finding the right gift is listening. Listening and learning is the best thing you can do for yourself, not only for gift giving, but just in general for life, because everyone wants to be heard. Using this will actually save you money, because I just spoke about that. Money can be a factor for a lot of people when it comes to gifts. So listening to what someone is saying or looking at what they do can actually help you find the right gift for them, because you don't want to be buying some random gift and wasting your money. Case in point, I bought my mother a gown one year, and by the next year she still hadn't used that gown. I think that was a few years ago, and I haven't seen her wear the thing once, which is a waste. So don't buy someone a gown. Or at least if you know they don't wear it or they won't use it even if they said they did, find something else. Look at what they do, listen to what they complain about. That is the best thing ever. Whatever they complain about and you can do something about, that is your sweet spot. Find a gift that will ease that and maybe go for that. My last tip, and it's gonna seem kind of backwards to everything that I just said, but it is to know when to fold. You need to know when this is just not gonna work out. Because if you are racking your brain and pulling yourself to pieces and you struggling to find the gift and everything you know is just not working out, maybe now's not the time to buy them a gift, or maybe it's not the right gift. So you just basically either tell the person or just like give them an envelope if you want to, or just be like, yeah, it's not gonna happen this year. You know, that kind of thing. Because speaking as someone who is very difficult to buy gifts for, I am a quality over quantity kind of person. We know this already. And I tend to want the more expensive things. So I feel bad if someone's gonna buy it for me because I know it's expensive, I know it's pricey. And in that case, I just tell them like, look, I don't need anything right now. I don't want anything right now. The things I do want are kind of expensive. So either don't give me a gift and I won't feel offended or anything and I don't want you to feel bad, or put money in an envelope. I don't care how much it is or how little it is. Like, I know what I want. So that will basically just be fodder for that item that I want to buy. But don't beat yourself up about it because I know what I want and it's expensive and I don't want you to fork out that much. And they've always been very understanding about it, to the point that it's basically a given at this point in time with my family that if they've heard I've spoken about something, they'll buy it for me or they'll just be like, envelope money, go for it. And that is how we do it. In closing, once again contradictory to everything that I've just said, is that gifts and gift giving is optional. I'm going to say that again. Giving gifts is optional. You should never, ever, ever feel obligated to give someone a gift. So if you say you don't want to give someone a gift or you don't know the person well enough to give them a gift, don't. So don't give a gift if you don't want to. If you are someone who doesn't like accepting gifts or doesn't want any kind of gift, maybe have some charity that you want to donate to and tell people you want to do that as a birthday gift, and they can bring things that you can donate, for example like canned foods, and then go give it to a soup kitchen or something. Whatever you want. As they always say, you do you. Don't feel any obligation, don't feel any requirement. It's an optional thing to give a gift. Never feel obligated. This episode had sounded much more morbid than what I intended to, and I'm apologizing for that. I really am sorry. Anyway, the song of this week is Gift of a Friend by Demi Lovato. It is an amazing song. She's a vocal powerhouse. I'm not gonna go off on a tangent about her, but she is amazing. And the reason I chose this song is because sometimes the best gifts aren't actually physical, tangible, literal gifts. They can be something as the gift of a really good friendship with someone or companionship with someone that you maybe didn't expect, because those things are worth more than money, because that would just make it a very superficial transaction. And I don't think anyone wants to ever see another person be in their life only because of money. That is shallow. So yeah, that is it. That is me. I hope you enjoyed this episode and could actually learn something from it. I promise you next week will be much better. But that is it from me. If you have anything to add, please leave it in a comment below. You can check out my Instagram, which I will leave as well. And don't forget to keep being a better being. I will see you in the next episode. Love you. Bye.